Hello everybody and welcome back to Shine Like a Diamond. I hope you guys are all doing well. It is Thursday morning and it is a beautiful day in Spokane. Very, very warm. So if you do hear the fan in the air conditioning in the background, I apologize. But turning that off is not, it's like a death sentence to me, basically. Because our apartment has the big windows in the east-west side. And so we get the afternoon, evening, hot sun. And so it's just, yeah, it gets really, really warm. And there's no trees where we are now to shade it. Our apartment that we were in, the old one we were in, our windows were north-south, and we also had a big tree, and so that kind of gave us a lot of shade, and but we do have 2 air conditionings in this apartment, and it does work really well. But if I turn them off, then, you know, it just gets hot really fast. So I apologize if that bothers you. Also, I do have 2 dogs and a cat, and my daughter is homeschooled, and so she is home. She's working in her bedroom right now, but there's bound to be some noise in the background, whether it be my dogs barking at somebody walking by or my daughter needing help with her work. So I apologize in advance if that happens, but it's just the way it is. I can't control everything. I'm not a magician as much as I'd like to be. I'm not, so yeah. Anyways, oh my gosh, but speaking of magicians, you guys, I don't know if you watch America's Got Talent, but I know this isn't just a paint with me, but seriously, if you guys haven't watched America's Got Talent, you should. I believe it was the 3rd audition. This magician was hilarious and amazing. So amazing. I was just blown away by his audition. So if you like magicians, if you like that kind of thing, you should go and check it out. But anyways, so today we are doing a Throwback Thursday. I wish I had a voice changer for that. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Anyways, so I believe I told you last week what I was going to talk about this week. It is somewhat of a short one, but a short story for me can sometimes turn into a long one. So we'll see. But this is a story back when I was a little girl. Can't remember how old, but I am going to guess I was about 7 or 8, I think. Something like that. And my parents, so I lived in the same house from the time of being 3 till I turned 18. Hold on one sec, I gotta get a drink. Okay. So I lived in the same house from the time I was 3 till I moved out at 18, and my parents still live in that house. When we moved into the house, my dad was helping build it, and when we moved in, it was a 2-bedroom. How many stories was it? 1, 2. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but it was 4 stories. But the basement wasn't done. So me and my sister shared a room upstairs, right next to my parents' room. And as we started getting older, my dad was working on the basement so that we could get our own rooms. And so he also was putting in a bathroom downstairs for us so that we would have, the bathroom and the bedrooms right there. So, he gets our bedrooms done, and me and my sister both it was fun because we did get to pick what we wanted in our bedrooms, and I picked pink carpet, and I picked these like rainbow hearts for wallpaper, because my dad made it to where the wallpaper came up like half of the wall, and then there was like a ledge going around the room, and then the rest of it was painted. And so that was, and my room was the smaller room. I was the younger of us, so I got the small room. But I don't think I cared at that point. I was pretty young, and I just loved that I got to, have my pink carpet and my wallpaper. My sister chose blue carpet and a blue-ish wallpaper. And so those were, our rooms. And as we got older, we labeled them the pink and the blue room. But, which they've been redone now. But, oops, I turned my light pad up. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, so my dad had made these rooms for us. And we, so he made it so that in the closet, there was a bar that came up halfway, and then the second bar for your clothes was like a normal one. That way, because I was, like I said, I was pretty little, and so I couldn't reach the very top. And so most of my stuff was on the bottom bar. Well, one day, me and my sister were downstairs playing, which my sister is she really likes reading. And I don't. I have dyslexia, and I have a hard time reading a lot of times. She loves reading. I loved being active and playing. So this one day, though, she was playing with me. And we were down in the bedrooms playing by ourselves. And she decided, wouldn't it be fun to basically use the bottom bar for like a monkey bar. By the way, this is the time that I most remember getting in the most trouble. So anyway, so she decides, wouldn't that be fun to use it as a monkey bar and swing on it? And I was like, yeah. So she's swinging on it, and I'm swinging on it, and we're having, the time of our lives. When, and my dad wasn't at home, my mom was. My mom was an at-home mom, except she did do house cleaning, on days we were in school, but if we were home, she was home. And so, until we got older. But, anyway, so she was upstairs, we were downstairs playing. I don't know if she just came down just to check on us, or if she came down because she heard us, or maybe we were actually being too quiet. I don't know, but she came down, and we had the door shut, and because I think definitely my sister, I probably had been told at some point, but to not do this. Well, so she comes down and she sees us swinging on this bar. Well, this bar is meant for clothes, not for, human weight. And so she comes down and scolds us and says, you do not do that in here. That's not what that's made for. And at this time, we were in my room. And so she's, don't be swinging on that bar in here, Beth and Andrea. You guys go find something else to do. If you swing on that in here anymore, you're going to be in trouble. So, me and my sister, we definitely knew right from wrong. My mom was pretty strict. And we knew, if she told us not to do something, and if we did it again, we were going to be in trouble. We knew we were actually going to be in trouble. So it's not like, how some parents are, like I am sometimes. You tell your kid, don't do that again, or you're going to get in trouble. And the next time they do it, you just scold them again. No, my mom meant business. So she tells us, not to do that in there. So she goes back upstairs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. I was probably moving on to the next thing. And my sister's like, hey, we can go do it in my room. And I was like, Mom just told us not to. And, of course, my sister, she was 2 years older, so I thought she was, so cool and wanted to be like her. And so I said, Mom just said we can't. And she goes, no. She told us we can't do it in your room. She didn't say we couldn't do it in my room. She said, you can't do that in here. So I'm like, oh. Okay, so I don't know what I thought in my head. I was young. I don't remember if I was thinking like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's go do it in your room then. That, you know, or if I really knew we were doing something wrong. Anyways, so we go on into my sister's room. And we're swinging and having a grand old time. I don't know how long we were swinging before our time came to a very fast, abrupt halt. My sister was the one swinging at the time. I was on lookout, and all of a sudden my sister goes slamming to the ground. The bar has fallen off of the, you know, whatever the brackets holding it up. And so she gets, you know, that look. I still kind of remember that look on her face, like, oh my gosh, we're dead. And so she says, I think my mom started coming down the stairs. So my sister says, go distract mom, and I'm gonna try to put it back together. So I go running up the stairs. We had our house was it's split up. There's a basement, which is one bedroom. Then the second part of the basement, you go up a set of stairs, and then there's the laundry room, the bathroom, and our 2 bedrooms. Then you go up the next set of stairs, and it is the formal living room, family room. Then you go up another set of stairs, and there's the kitchen, the 2 bedrooms, and an informal dining room. You go up another set of stairs, and it is a huge formal dining room and a huge TV family room. So there's lots of stairs in our house, and it was, you know, broke up in quite a few different levels. So my mom is where the kitchen and the other bedrooms were. So my sister, you know, tells me to go distract mom while she fixes it. So I run up the stairs, and I go to my mom and say something like, you know, Andrea didn't do anything. Yet I said, we were just playing. Andrea's not doing anything wrong. Because I am pretty little at this point. I don't know I didn't know. So, you know, my mom's basically like, well, that pretty much means that you are. So she goes down the stairs pretty quickly. I'm yelling to my sister that she's on her way down. And as we walk into the room, I walk in the same time my sister is. And even though I was little, I very clearly remember my sister's face as she's taking this bar and frantically trying to put it back into the bracket so that we don't get caught. And of course, my mom walks in as she's frantically trying to put it back. And, you know, my mom says something like, you know, what are you doing? And she jumps, and she says, well, Mom, you didn't say that we couldn't do it in here, which was the wrong thing to say. When you get caught, if any kids are listening to this, if you get caught by your parents doing something wrong, own it. Seriously, just own it. Because I can tell you from a personal experience as a parent, if I catch my kids doing something and they own it and say, I'm sorry, Mom, I knew better, I shouldn't have done it, I won't do it again, they're still going to be in trouble, but they're going to be in a lot less trouble than if they try to make excuses, pretend they didn't know, all that stuff. That just makes me mad. Or lies. That makes me really mad. They're going to be in more trouble if they do that. And my kids know that. But, so my mom is just, I think if steam could come out her ears, probably would have. Because, you know, we had just gotten these nice new rooms that my dad had spent a lot of time putting together for us. And so she was very upset with us. And I don't remember what she said, but all I remember is that we knew we were in big trouble because she wasn't the one that was going to punish us. It was going to be my dad. And if we ever had to wait for my dad to punish us, we knew we were in for it. Like, that was not a good sign. And I remember my sister played piano, and in the formal living room, we had a piano, and I remember sitting on that bench waiting for my dad to get home. Now, I was little, so my time, memory is probably way off, but I swear we sat there like at least half of a day waiting for him, when in actuality it probably wasn't, but it felt like eternity waiting for my dad to get home. And I remember him coming home, and he is coming up the stairs, and before he even got to us, I just started bawling because I knew we were in trouble. And I cried before, he even said anything. And I think I don't remember what our punishment was, but I think they both realized that having us sit on the stairs like that and wait for Dad to come home was probably, a pretty big punishment, especially since, like, he didn't even get to us yet, and I just started bawling because I knew that, we had done something really bad if my mom was making my dad handle the punishment. This has become a story that me and my sister have, we talk about once in a while, and we tell it once in a while at like a family event, and it is so funny now. But at the time, of course, it was a big deal. But now it's funny, and it's kind of like, wow, we did that. But it also teaches me, when my kids do something, it's like, you have to take into account, like, their age and all of that, the influence, because I was definitely influenced by my sister. I was easily influenced by my sister when I was little, because, like I said, I wanted to be like her. And so if she told me to do something, even if I thought it was wrong, and she, would say, no, it's okay, I believed her. And so she was definitely a major influencer in my life when I was really little, and actually as I got older too. But yeah, so now I have to say that what happened reminds me of something that, I don't know how old y'all are, but if you are my age, I am 35, and you watched sitcoms like Full House, if you remember that episode that Stephanie is driving DJ crazy by copying her all the time. And they go into the dad's room because DJ decides she wants to wear something really cool and out there to the mall, and goes into her dad's room because she wants to wear one of her dad's shirt and ties. And Stephanie follows her and then goes in and says, "Oh, look, Dad has two of the same shirts." And DJ gets upset and says, "No, you're not wearing, you're not leaving the house looking like me." And they start to argue over it. And the pole falls down. Now, in their case, when the pole fell, that was to the extent of what we did. But in this story, they then start to fight over who should put the pole back. And one of them, I believe Stephanie, actually lets go because DJ says, "Let go." And so she lets go. And the pole goes into the wall and makes a big hole in the wall. Now, that part, didn't happen with us, but the other part where it fell reminds me of it. And then the other part reminds me of where they tell the little sister, Michelle, to go down and distract Danny, their dad, from coming upstairs so that DJ, the older one, can fix what they were doing. And Michelle runs down the stairs and says something to the same effect that I did, by saying they're not doing anything wrong,
Exactly what she said.
And Danny says, Yep, that pretty much means they are, which, you know, was just so similar of a situation that happened with us. So when I see that episode, which I see it a lot because my daughter goes through these, like, she'll watch a show and she'll watch the same show all the seasons for like weeks, and then she'll switch and go to a different one. Well, I've already seen Full House a bazillion times on my own because I like the show. But now she's been having it on for a couple weeks now. And, yeah, so that one played not long ago, and it got me thinking about when, I was a kid and this happened, which, like I said, it's funny now, but when it happened, I just remember knowing that we were in for it because my dad had to be the one to punish us. And that, as you guys probably know from your household, that's not a good thing when dad has to be the one to do the disciplining and you have to wait for dad to get home from work. So anyways, that story came to my mind. I thought it was kind of a funny one. And it does teach me, though, to have some grace with my kids when they make those mistakes, because they are kids. They are going to do things wrong, that they're simply just trying to have fun. Not that that justifies it or makes it any, you know, okay, but anyways, so that was my throwback story for you today. And I'm not going to tell you another one because I am probably going to do a paint with me later on or for tomorrow, because I have some stuff that I want to tell you guys. And so I don't want to like make this one really long and then, you know, make another one long. So yeah, but I am going to be trying to come up with a set time for doing a live, because I have only done one really, and I don't, you know, I don't have like 1 million subscribers, so it's not like it would be super popular. So, but I do want to do those. I want to get, you know, just kind of see how they are. And so I did get a webcam, and the one I did do was I was testing out my webcam, and it seemed to be pretty good. So I'm excited to try to do that. And so yeah, and also I will be doing the video tomorrow of the giveaway of the contest of guessing the amount of diamond paintings that I have in my stash. So if you haven't done that, go watch Monday Mood Booster, and you will see what you need to do to be entered into that to win a free diamond painting. And you can choose between the ones I have one from AliExpress, I have one from Amazon, and I have one from Diamond Art Club, and you get to choose out of those three. And it's a very easy thing that you have to do, but you have to go watch that video. It's short, it's fun, and you know, I think that it's worth your time to do. So go check that out. I will be making that video tomorrow. I don't know, I might just jump on and do a live to announce the winner. We will see, but that will be tomorrow. And if I do decide to do a live, I will try to give you guys at least a couple hours notice that I'm going to be doing that. And I guess I'll make this announcement here, and I'll probably make it again, but Whip Wednesdays will continue every Wednesday. Finished Friday, however, will be every other week, because for two reasons. One, I don't get near as many finished ones as I do of work in progresses, and that's fine. But the other reason is those videos, the Whip It Wednesdays and the Finished Friday videos, are very time consuming. First collecting all of them, and then putting them in order, and then putting them into a video, all in all, takes about 8 hours. So they are a pretty time consuming video. So having one on Wednesday and then 2 days later having it on Friday is a lot. And not that I mind doing those videos for you. I don't. I like them. They're some of my favorite videos that I make. And I think that you guys have responded really well to them. And so I just want to let you guys know that the Finished Friday videos will be every other Friday. So continue to send me those. I will put the link for my Facebook group down in the description. But I want to say this. My Facebook group is not just for my YouTube subscribers. It is a group that is for diamond painting. It is called Diamond Painting Anonymous, and it's a fun group that you can go and enjoy each other, talk to each other, get advice from each other. I do allow you to post things about your YouTube channel. I do allow you to post your Etsy accounts and stuff like that, as long as it's not filling up our feed. If it does, I will have to make more rules, like maybe, strictly once a week you're allowed to do that. But so you can go and join our group and find me that way and send me your Finished Fridays, which I need the same information as for Whip It Wednesday, which is the size of your painting, the price of the painting, and where you purchased the painting. Now, for Finished Fridays, if you want to tell me how long it took you, hours, days, whatever, if you want to tell me anything like you had problem with the drills popping, or you had a lot of trash in your drills, or the canvas wasn't sticky, anything that might help the next person that sees it that might want to purchase it, gives them that information, that is wonderful. So those are the things I need. So you can find me on my Facebook group and message me there to give me your Finished Fridays and your Whip It Wednesdays, because I would love to have them in my videos. They are a lot of fun to make. They're a lot of fun to see everybody's work, and I know that you guys like watching those a lot. So I want to show you one other really quick thing while I have you and I have it all set up. And I'm going to see if maybe I might change my angle here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so here, I'm going to put that down there and I'll move it right here. Okay, so if you don't watch Stitch Teresa, then you haven't seen this yet, but I do, and that's where I saw it, and I was like, I have to have that. This is for your diamond painting pens, okay? Now, it is made, and I have the unboxing somewhere. I don't know where my box, oh, here it is. It's on Amazon. This one was $9.99. I believe one of the other colors is $8.99. But I love pink. There's a teal and I believe a black. But it's actually for your makeup brushes. And if you look really closely on here, you can see tweezers right here. And then a big old fat makeup brush. So this is wonderful because I make a lot of diamond painting pens because I like to have a lot of them. I also sell them. I don't have an Etsy account or anything. I just kind of, when people see them and want them, I sell them. But I like to have a variety because I like to use more than one kind of pen during my paintings. So like it holds these big ones back here, which are my snow globe-like ones that I really, really, really like, which I was using it in today's painting some. It holds those big ones, and then it holds my itty bitty tweezers here, these ones. So it can hold the little pink pens that you get with your kits, and it can hold other ones that are really, fairly thick. This is another one of my thick ones I make with parachute cord, and it is, fairly a thick one, and it fits in here. And I love having them all on display right here so that I can just grab which ones I want to use at different times, and it's it's kind of fun. So if you are interested in that, I will put the link in the description below. It is $9.99. You can also, during my unboxing, you can watch me unbox it and see this part, because I can't do it right now with all the pens in it. But this silicone piece right here, it actually comes out. So you can take it out and like wash it if you get something inside of the holes. Or if you do want to buy it for your makeup and you get makeup in there, then yeah, you can pick this whole thing up and clean it and wash it. I believe you could even put it in the dishwasher. So anyways, it's just kind of a fun little way to hold all your pens and it is weighted down a little bit, so it's not gonna just like, you know, fly away. And it has the little kind of ring around here, so that you're not scratching up your desk and everything. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that. It's kind of a fun thing. I know I unboxed it, but I wanted to show you guys with it, with all the pens, and see how many it can hold and how many different sizes this sucker can hold. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video today. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If not, that's okay. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And I'll try to get to them as soon as I can, and as soon as I see them. But as always, even if it's not shiny and beautiful where you are, make it a beautiful shiny day by shining yourself.